Om Asato ma sakamaya, Asato ma sakamaya, Tamaso ma jyoti gamaya, Tamaso ma jyoti gamaya, Mrityo ma amritam gamaya, Mrityo ma amritam gamaya, Sarvesham swasti bhavatu, Sarvesham shanti bhavatu, Sarvesham shanti bhavatu, Sarvesham shanti bhavatu, Sarvesham purnam bhavatu, Sarvesham purnam bhavatu, Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Trayambakam yajamahe, Om Trayambakam yajamahe, Sugandhim pushtivaranam, Sugandhim pushtivaranam, Ovarukamiva bandhanat, Ovarukamiva bandhanat, Mrityo mukshiyamamritat, Mrityo mukshiyamamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra. Bow your head. Offer your practice today to a place in nature that's special to you. Bring that holy place into your mind's eye, visualize, and dedicate your practice. Namaste. Welcome, everyone. Namaste, Sarah. Welcome. Okay. Yoganjalisaram, Tirumali Krishnamacharya. We are on Sloka 8, verse 8. In the yogi's heart is enshrined the Lord, the handsome consort of Lakshmi, who is verily the support of the universe, the absolute reality. Lost in this vision, the yogi dances in joy. In the yogi's heart is enshrined the Lord, the handsome consort of Lakshmi, who is verily the support of the universe, the absolute reality. Lost in this vision, the yogi dances in joy. So I'll start by reading Desikachar, Krishnamacharya's son, commentary on that verse. For Krishnamacharya, his most venerated deity and hence object of focus for meditation was Lord Narayana, with his consort Lakshmi. In fact, in the Yoga Bali, his commentary on Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, Krishnamacharya presents the concept of Ishvara as comprising Ishvara and Ishvara, who for him were Lakshmi and Narayana. However, he never imposed his beliefs on his students, instead asking them to seek and focus on an object that resonated in their hearts with the same intensity. Also coming through in this verse is the emphasis on using an object with a positive or auspicious attributes as a focus for meditation. The dance of the yogi symbolizes the yogi's experience of the higher levels of samadhi and meditative absorption. Okay. In the yogi's heart is enshrined the Lord, the handsome consort of Lakshmi. So in yoga, there's this trilogy of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Now, Narayana is another name for Vishnu. So, and another name for Vishnu is Krishna, is an avatar of Vishnu. So each of these three have a male-female energy, and that's symbolized in the mythology by them each having, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva each have a consort. So Brahma's consort is Saraswati, the goddess of creativity and wisdom. Vishnu's consort is Lakshmi, the goddess of wisdom and spiritual wealth, the goddess of spiritual wealth and abundance. And Shiva's consort is Parvati, the queen of the mountains, which represents a spine that runs through your body, and the Sushumna Nadi in its center, which is awakened to bring liberation to the yogi. So each one of these is two, a male and a female energy, a yin and a yang, you could say. In yoga we say a Shiva and a Shakti. There's a male energy and a female energy. In this case, because Krishnamacharya was a Vaishnavite, he was a worshipper of Vishnu. And in that case, the male energy was Vishnu and the female energy was Lakshmi. Now this represents within you the two energies of the Ida and the Pingala Nadi, which run on either side of the spine. So the Ida is on the left and it represents the moon and the female energy, and the Pingala is on the right and it represents the sun and the male energy. And what we're doing is Hatha Yoga, and Ha means sun and Ta means moon. So it means the balancing of the Ha and the Ta, the Ida and the Pingala, the Shiva and the Shakti, the yin and the yang in the body. And so that when there's this point of balance is reached, then the energy is central in the body, in the nadi that runs between those other two, and that nadi is called Sushumna. Sushumna means path of grace. And they say when the prana, when the energy moves into the path of grace, then your life begins. The life of the yogi begins. But also, it's like when the energy is continually bouncing between the other channels and also into other nadis in the body, then we're always kind of unsettled. We're always distracted. We find it difficult to focus and calm our minds. And we're caught up, as most of us are a lot of the time, in the kind of mess of everyday life. You know what I mean? And so this is what he's really saying. He's saying that when he worships Ishvara, so Patanjali, when he explains like how to worship the Lord, he says worship Ishvara. And Ishvara means your personal form of the divine, whatever that may be, just something that is sacred to you, that when you think about it, it lifts your spirit, it lifts your prana, and it makes you feel connected to something which is really kind of high, important, sacred, spiritual in your life. That's what he's saying here. But when he says, Ishvara and Ishvara means that when you worship one, you always have to worship both. So if you worship Shiva, you're worshiping Parvati, etc., the other things that I mentioned. And that's really important for balance in your worship. So you see here, this Bhumi figure, this is the clay figure, which is there and which is split down the middle. Can you see that? That's called a Bhumi. So Bhumi figures are like deity figures that are made in India. You see, most of the deity figures on the altar are made of bronze. and so they're usually metal. But that's quite posh. A lot of people in India can't afford bronze statues, and so they have bhumis. Bhumis are just made by local artisans out of clay, and then they're painted. And so they're quite cheap in India. And so that's a bhumi there. There's another bhumi somewhere, I don't know where it is. There's another bhumi here of Hanuman. So they're just everyday idols for people to worship that most people would be able to afford and have in their homes, because everybody has an altar in their home. But this bhumi here is Shiva Shakti, Shiva Parvati. Can you see it split down the middle? And the split down the middle is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this if you're online, but I'll hold it up to make it easier. So you can see this line down the middle goes right through the middle of the third eye and through the heart and then down through the body. And the right side is Shiva. It's got his trident. It's the male side. That's the Pingala Nadi. And then the left side is Parvati. And that's also Parvati there in the corner. So the left side is Parvati, and but they're one. And where they join in the middle is Sushumna. So when their energies come together, they join in the middle. That's Sushumna Nadi. Yeah? And so, when we do the practice, there's certain things that we do to activate Sushumna Nadi. And in order to activate Sushumna Nadi, you have to bring the Ida and the Pingala Nadi into equal balance. So the classic thing for that is alternate nostril breathing. When you breathe in through the right nostril, it stimulates the Pingala Nadi, and when you breathe in through the left, it stimulates the Ida Nadi. And by doing that regularly and evening the breath on each side, what you do is you activate those two nadis, and when they come into balance, you don't have to do anything, but when they come into balance, the energy naturally moves into Sushumna. So that's the main purpose of alternate nostril breathing. And the other practice we do, which is specifically for this, is the gaze points. So when you're breathing in and you're doing pranayama, you're doing the alternate nostril breathing, but you're also flicking your gaze. You look nose tip, third eye, upper palate, soft palate, navel, perineum, and then when you hold the breath and exhale, you look into the heart. Where are all those mamas? They're all in Sushumna. They're all in the central channel. There isn't one over here and one over here and one down here. They're all in Sushumna. And so as you flick your gaze to those different points, where the awareness goes, the prana goes. So when you're doing that, what you're doing is you're awakening Sushumna. And then the other final thing that we do in the meditation pranayama practice for awakening Sushumna is Soham breathing. So when you start in the perineum and you go inhale so to the third eye and exhale hum down to the perineum again, Muladhara to Ajna, when you're moving the breath initially and eventually the prana, and sometimes visualizing with a bright white light or a red color in the spine, when you're doing that, you're actually in Sushumna. Yes? Does that make sense? So when you're in Sushumna, then how does he put it? It's very beautiful the way Krishnacharya puts it. He says, lost in this vision, the yogi dances in joy. And that means that you've withdrawn your senses from the outside world and you've centered yourself in your spiritual center and you're absorbed completely in that. Nothing else exists and nothing else matters, and you've come home to your true self. And that's what he means by dancers in joy. And it's quite beautifully put, I think. I'll read it one more time. In the yogi's heart is enshrined the Lord. That is just an amazing description of a yogi, just in itself. In the yogi's heart is enshrined the Lord. Consciousness, absolute consciousness bliss, is enshrined in the yogi in the heart. In the yogi's heart is enshrined the Lord, the handsome consort of Lakshmi. So it's not, what it's saying is you need help. It's very difficult to realize consciousness or God or the Lord without some assistance. And the best assistance you can get is a holy form of your choosing, of your liking, something that you can connect to, something that can, a deity, something that somebody who takes your hand and walks with you down the path, something that you can devote yourself to, which is unchanging, isn't subject to the things that like the relationships we have in normal life, subject to constant change, but something which is permanent and stable. And if you can find that thing in your life, in your spiritual life, then that thing becomes your anchor. And it gives you something on which you can focus yourself for meditation. And here he's saying, in the yogi's heart is enshrined the Lord, the handsome consort of Lakshmi, who is Vishnu, Narayana, who is verily the support of the universe. They say that Narayana is the protector of all. The absolute reality, lost in this vision, the yogi dancers enjoy. You don't really need to know anything else. Angel, stop messaging me. Okay, stand up, come to the center of your mat. Yeah, if ever you go anywhere and you find any boomy figures, let me know. I'd like to collect more of them. But then they're very difficult to find because they're fragile. They get broken so easily. We're going to begin today in Ding Namaskar, so turn to face the east wherever you are, the direction of the rising sun. Salutation to the direction, standing in Tadasana. Chest up, chin down, look into the heart. Inhale, arms widen over the head. Flip your palms. Exhale, palms together. Fold halfway, hips back, chin down, navel in. Hold the breath out. Salutations to the guardians of the East. Flip the palms, inhale, come up. Exhale, quarter turn to the right. Inhale, lift up, press the palms together. Exhale, fold halfway, hips back, make a number 7, navel in. Hold the breath out. Salutations to the guardians of the South. Flip the palms, inhale, come up. Exhale, quarter turn. Lift up, press the palms, exhale, fold halfway. Hold the breath out. Salutations to the guardians of the West. Flip the palms, inhale, come up. Exhale, quarter turn. Inhale, press the palms. Exhale, fold halfway. Salutations to the guardians of the North. Inhale, come up. Exhale, quarter turn to the right. And inhale, look up past your hands in prayer. Just look past your thumbs, salutations to the guardians of the heavens. And then keeping the hands in prayer, fold forward, touch your fingertips to the floor with the hands in prayer. Hold the breath out. Salutations to the guardians of the earth. Flip the palms. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms out 45 degrees, palms up, fold halfway. Salutations to the guardians of the intermediate directions. Arms forward, inhale, interlock fingers, come up. Exhale, Anjali Mudra, prayer to the heart. Hold the breath out. Salutations to the guardians of the spirit. Keep the hands there, keep the eyes closed, take a breath. And exhale, Tadasana. Turn to face front. And continue with Tadasana variations. Inhale, bring the arms wide and overhead, interlock your fingers. Lift up, lift out of your hips, keep the chin down, gaze into the heart. Exhale, if your heels are touching, it's easier. Raise the heels, balance, steady gaze, something that won't move. And then exhale, lower the heels. Or inhale, lower the heels. And exhale, lower the arms. And repeat. Inhale, raise the arms, just the arms. Exhale, raise the heels. Inhale, lower the heels. And stretch up. Exhale, lower the arms. Third vinyasa. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, raise the heels. Inhale, lower the heels. Lift up. Exhale, lower the arms. Combine everything. Inhale, raise the arms and the heels. Exhale, lower the arms and the heels. Inhale, raise the arms and the heels and hold. Stay still, or if you're comfortable, as you exhale, twist to the right. Inhale to the center. And to the left. Exhale. Inhale to the center. Try and lift up a little bit more. Exhale. Lower the arms. Slowly, slowly lower the heels. Eyes closed, look heart, Ujjayi. Surya Namaskar. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, widen overhead, flip your palms. Exhale, fold forward. Hands on the floor, bend the knees if you need to. Short inhale. Exhale, squat down, Utkatasana. Empty the lungs. Short inhale to the back of the heart. Hold the breath. Hop or step back, Chaturanga. Hold Chaturanga, fully exhale. All the way to the floor. Full prostration, inhale, hold the breath, hands in prayer, feet together, hands back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Chest forward, hips down, chin down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a normal inhale and a very long exhale. Hold the breath out, hop or step, Utkatasana. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, fold. Press the palms into the floor if you can. Flip the palms, inhale, come up, arch gently back at the top of the chin down. And exhale, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, inhale Tadasana. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Om Maitre Namaha. Inhale. Om Ravi Namaha. Exhale. Om Surya Namaha. Inhale. Exhale, squat. Hold the breath out. Om Bhanave Namaha. Short inhale. Hop or step chaturanga. Hold chaturanga, fully exhale. Om Kage Namaha. All the way to the floor. Full prostration. Hold the breath in. Om Pushni Namaha. Chaturanga. Om Hiranyagabe Namaha. Up dog. Om Kageya Namaha. Om Aditya Namaha. When you're ready, hop or step forward. Squat down. Om Sabitre Namaha. Inhale, straighten leg. Exhale, fold over leg. Om Make Namaha. Inhale up. Stretch with the chin down. Bring the hands to the prayer, to the heart in prayer. Om Bhaskare Namaha. Tadasana. Look hard, take a breath. Ujjayi breathing, please. Turn to the right. Stand in Tadasana. Inhale, arms shoulder level. Exhale, don't move. Hold breath out. Hop or step feet, triangle distance apart. Both feet 30 degrees. Turn the right foot out and the left foot in. And line the heel with the heel. Square the hips to the short side of your mat. And front foot. Inhale, bring the arms up and over your head. Turn the back foot in a little bit more. Good. Exhale, bend the front knee. Sweep the arms in a big circle and bring the arms to shoulder level. Inhale, bring the arms wide in a big circle, interlock the hands over your head and straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee well, sweep the arms in a big circle. Arms straight. Inhale, wide and overhead. You can arch back a little bit at the top, try and drive that left hip forward. Exhale, bend the knee well, bring the arms shoulder level. Palms up. Gaze straight ahead at the horizon line. Breathe there. Turn your back foot in more, and this foot goes that way. Now bend your knee. Yeah, don't bend your back knee, just your front knee. Try and keep your back leg straight. And then inhale, keeping the front knee bent this time, sweep the arms wide and overhead. A little arch back if you can. Really stretch through the top of that left hip and psoas on that side. Exhale, fold forward, put both hands on the floor. And then inhale and raise the back leg. Just to parallel with the floor, not a full standing split. Just keep the leg parallel with the floor. And inhale there. And exhale, bend the right knee a little bit. And inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Keep the back leg parallel with the floor. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. Keep the knee bent or hold for one breath. Short inhale. And a long exhale. And bring the back foot down where it was. Interlock your fingers. Inhale, come up. Arch back at the top. And exhale, turn to the side, hands to the waist, Trikonasana Sthiti. Back to the starting point of the Trikonasana. And inhale, bring the arms to shoulder level. Exhale, left foot out, right foot in. Heel with heel alignment, at least across your mat. And the back foot turned in sharp enough so you can have your right hip in line with your left hip, like car headlights, not one behind the other. Look at your hips and make sure they're square to the front. Yeah. Inhale, bring the arms over your head, interlock your fingers. You can arch back a little bit. Exhale, bend the front knee well, sweep the arms in a big circle. Big movement, big breath. And then inhale deeply, straighten the leg, interlock the fingers. As you arch back, move the left hip forward more. Exhale, bend the knee, go down. Do one more. When you get to the end of the next movement, the next vinyasa, hold for 3 breaths. Make those breaths deep and strong. Keep your shoulders down and your inner elbows up. And try and bring the breath right up into the upper chest when you inhale. Keep tucking the tailbone towards the pubic bone. Try and keep the back leg straight. Good. And then interlock the fingers. Keep the front knee bent this time. And inhale, come up and arch back a little bit. On the exhale, fold forward. Put both hands on the floor. Either side of the foot. And then inhale, raise the back leg just parallel with the floor. And then exhale, bend the standing leg. Just a little bit in the beginning if you're not so used to it. And then inhale, come up. You can bend it more if you feel strong. Exhale, bend. Keep that breath smooth. Keep the back leg active. Inhale up. Exhale down. That's good. Take one breath there. Inhale. Exhale. Put the back foot down where it was. Interlock fingers. Inhale, come up. Arch back at the top. Exhale, turn to the side when you're ready. Trikonasana Sthiti. Hands to the waist. Good. Interlock the hands behind your back. And there's options here. You can have your fingers with the palms facing each other. You can push the palms down and away. It has a different effect on the shoulders. Or you can bring your hands into reverse prayer behind your back. You choose. And then inhale. Open the chest, look up. And exhale, fold. All the way down. Widen your stance here if you feel so incline, but keep your legs at feet about 30 degrees. And then inhale, just come up halfway and just lift your chest forward a little bit more. And exhale, go down again. Let the head go heavy. Feel the movement in the hips. Inhale, come up halfway. Push your sit bones away from your skull. And exhale by drawing the lower abdomen in, Uddiyana Bandha, fold down. Try and keep the Uddiyana Bandha when you're down there and breathe more into the upper body. 3 breaths. Normal inhales, longer exhales. Completely relax the neck and gaze gently at the tip of your nose. Ujjayi. And if you've got your fingers interlocked, you can draw your arms over a little bit. Stretch out your shoulders. And then on the inhale, slowly come up. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest, arch back, look up if your balance is good. And exhale, hands to your waist. Keep exhaling at the end of the breath. Pause the breath. Hop or step your feet together. Turn to face front. Tadasana. Inhale. Take the weight in the left foot. Bend the right knee. Hug the knee up towards your chest. Bring the left hand onto the hip. And you can hold the knee, or if you're comfortable with it, you can hold the big toe and straighten the leg. You choose. And then on the exhale, bring the knee out to the side. Look at something on the floor that won't move, or if your balance is steady, turn and look over your left shoulder. One Gayatri. Om Bhua Bhuva Suvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonat Prachodayata. Om. Inhale, knee forward, extend the leg, engage the quadricep. Exhale, lower to the floor. Other side. Transfer the weight so you feel the weight fall into the right foot. Ground the right foot, bend the left knee. Take the same variations you did on the other side. And bring the knee to the side, optional look over the right shoulder. Om Bhua Bhuva Suvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonat Prachodayata. Om. Inhale, knee or leg forward. Engage the quadricep, release, hold, and exhale, lower with control. Inhale, bring the arms wide and overhead, interlock your fingers. Exhale, palms face forward. Inhale, arch from the upper back. Exhale, fold all the way. Short inhale. Long exhale, squat all the way down. Another short inhale, hold the breath. Hop or step, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog with the chin down. And exhale, downward facing dog with the chin down. 3 breaths here, spread the fingers, roll the shoulders away from the ears, close the eyes, look nabby navel, bend the knees a little bit and push your sit bones towards the ceiling if you feel you've got a lot of weight in the front of the body and the arms and the hands. Try and distribute that weight out equally between your hands and your feet. Long exhales, optional bandhas at the end of each breath. The end of each breath, the waist gets narrower. You can keep it narrow. When you inhale, you'll feel the breath flood more into the back of your lungs, which is good. And then when you're ready, at the end of an exhale, soften your knees, look forward, and hop or step forward. Utkatasana, squat all the way down, completely empty your lungs. Separate your knees. Good, and then just extend your arms forward, parallel with the floor. And sink your shoulders as low as you can inside your knees. Keep your arms extending forward. So you're doing a deep forward fold in between, inside your knees in a squat. Right, and then just very slowly keep stretching forward with your arms and sit down. Very good. Okay, Dandasana, inhale, bring the arms widen over your head. Exhale, don't move. Inhale, slowly roll down onto your back with the arms over your head. And exhale, bring your hands beside your hips. You okay with that door open? You're not chilly? No. Close your eyes, look hard. Watch the breath begin, watch the breath return. Switch off Ujjayi. Inhale, bring your arms over your head, Tataka Mudra. Interlock your fingers, push your palms away, flex your feet, push your heels down, push your lower back down, bring your chin down, turn your gaze down and look Nabi navel. Interlock your fingers if you can, push the palms away so you can really stretch. Relax your face. Take a normal inhale and then a really long exhale. And when you get to the end of the exhale, don't breathe in. Get the last bit of air out of your lungs. Tataka Mudra, lift the perineum. Lower abdomen in and up. Diaphragm floats up to the heart. Totally relaxed face, gaze in the navel. When you're ready, release the bandhas. And inhale, bring the hands up so the hands are over your face. Change interlock of your fingers. Exhale, arms over the head again. Same thing. When you get to the end of the breath, bandhas. Leave the lungs really empty. And you want to let that diaphragm float up so the belly hollows out like a pond. You feel a little bit of pressure on your heart. When you're ready, you can inhale, bring the hands up over the face again. And then slowly on an exhale, bring your hands beside your hips. Keep your legs together and your palms down close to the body so you contain the prana in the central channel. And just breathe there, no J sound, with the awareness in the heart. Center of the chest, just in front of the spine. The yogic heart, not the anatomical heart. Yeah, so there's also these postures, mudras and asanas, but mainly the mudras that we do in the asana practice, which are also working on the way the energy is centralized in the body in Sushumna Nadi. And then other postures like Mahamudra is working on the left and the right side, the Ida and the Pingala, so they get balanced and help to move the energy into the central channel. And when the energy is in the central channel, then meditation's easy. The mind drops. And then inhale, bring your arms up over your head. Interlock fingers. Exhale, separate the fingers. And go to the end of the breath, hold the breath out and sit up. You can rock up a bit if you need to. And fold forward and take the big toes. And then inhale, come up again, interlock the fingers over your head. Exhale, Dandasana, hands beside the hips. Cross the ankles, put the hands on the floor, hop or step back, Chaturanga. And then inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank pose. And exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, plank pose. Do 25 more. Exhale, Chaturanga. And then go all the way through Chaturanga to the floor. And bring your hands back beside your hips and your forehead on the floor for Shalabhasana, locust vinyasas. Make a fist with your left hand and push the back of the hand into the floor. Inhale, sweep the arm to the side if you've got room and bring it round and so it's in line with your right shoulder. So that you do a big circle with your arm, bring it round so it's stretching forward like Superman. Not to the side, but straight forward. Yeah. Exhale. Inhale, lift the right arm and the right leg. The head can come up, you can look gently forward. Exhale down. Now use the breath so it makes it easier and you're not going to struggle. Inhale, come up, just breathe yourself up. And work more on stretching, lengthening rather than lifting. Exhale, come down. And then stretching. Inhale, come up, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, go down. Keep the same arm, but use the opposite leg. Inhale, come up. Try to keep the pelvis square. Use that left hand to help keep the pelvis square. Exhale, go down. And again, second vinyasa. Inhale up. Exhale down. And do one more. Inhale up. Pause at the end of the movement. Exhale down. Inhale, sweep the right arm round and back beside the hip. And exhale, bring the left arm forward. Make a fist with the right hand. And then do the same thing on that side. 3 vinyasas, left arm, left leg. You work on, you do it in your own time. Do 3 vinyasas on the left side. Up and down with breath. Little pause at the end of each movement where you stretch a little bit more. And then when you've done those 3, you just switch legs. Do 3 more. Just working into the deep back muscles and the spinal muscles that support the vertebrae of the spine. Lengthening and strengthening back muscles and gluteal muscles. And then when you've finished, bring the left hand back beside the hip. Turn the head to one side and take rest. And then inhale, sweep both arms out to the side and overhead. And exhale, bring the arms back so they're at shoulder level like wings. And as you inhale, lift up, just the front body first time, head up, chest up, arms up, feet together, Charlotte, and press the pelvis and the toenails down. Exhale, come down. Now, Langana Kriya means doing the opposite breath. So we're going to try, for some of you, this might be easier to do it on an exhale, which is fine. So inhale there, and then on the exhale, same movement, come up. Pause at the end of the movement. Inhale, come down. So if that felt easier for you, then you can do it that way round. I'll give the instructions on an inhale, but if you want to switch the breath to Langana Kriya, feel free for any of these back bending movements. And then inhale, come up, and hold. Exhale, go down. And now bring the hands behind you and bring the hands into prayer over your sacrum. Press the palms together and extend the arms. You've got long arms. Your arms should be straight. So it might be more on your buttocks, but try to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good. And then legs together. And then inhale, come up. No, keep the palms together, pointing towards the feet, Amanda. Just like that. Yeah. Straighten your arms. And exhale, go down. Take an inhale there. And exhale, come up. Note the difference. Inhale, come down. Exhale there. Straighten the arms best you can. Inhale, come up. And hold, and this time lift the legs up. Take 2 breaths. When you're ready, slowly come down. Bring the hands under the shoulders and do a low cobra. And exhale, push the seat to the heels. Keep the knees together, keep the hands forward, extended child's pose. Just gently stretch out your lower back. Keep the knees together, not wide. Look Nabi navel. Ujjayi breathing. Then keep in the kneeling position and reach forward and interlock your fingers. On an inhale, come up, sitting on the heels. And on the exhale, bring the hands forward and down and cup the knees in Vajrasana. Bring the chest up and the chin down, close the eyes and look at the heart. Ujjayi. And then on the next inhale, bring your arms wide and overhead, sit up on your knees and stretch your hands to the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring the buttocks back to the heels and the thumbs to the back of the neck. Turn your palms up, draw your elbows back, and lift and stretch your upper chest as you squeeze your shoulder blades. And then on the inhale, sit up on the knees again, push the hands to the ceiling. And slowly, with breath, exhale, same thing. Try and keep your chin down. If you can, keep your eyes closed. Empty the lungs. One more time. Inhale, come up. Try and push the tops of the feet down. Get more length. And then slowly down. This time, leave the hands there. Take a short inhale. And take a very long exhale. Bring the hands to the back of the neck, Charlotte. Hands down, Charlotte, behind the neck. Okay, just take a short inhale. Take a very long exhale. And as you do that, roll your elbows back and lift your chest right up. Roll it up like a ball. Hold the breath out. Bring the chin down and bring the chin to the sternum. Keep the breath out. No air in the lungs. Lift Mula Bandha, perineum, Uddiyana Bandha, lower abdomen. Unite those bandhas in Mahabandha, bringing the energy into Sushumna. When you're ready, do that one more time. Make sure the exhale is long, and when you think you've got rid of all the air, just puff out a little bit more. Same as we did in Tataka Mudra, really, same bandha process, but the chin now is more down. And then when you've finished, release the bandhas first, and then sit up on the knees. Don't sit up on the knees, just extend the arms to the ceiling with their fingers interlocked. And then as you exhale, sweep the arms down beside you and behind the body, 10 inches, fingers forward. And on the inhale, push the shins and the feet down, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, let the head go back, stretch the throat. And then exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Now we'll do one with Langana Kriya. Inhale there. As you exhale, come up. Inhale, come down. Exhale, both hands on the knees. Inhale, both hands over the head, interlock the fingers. And then exhale, bring the arms out like wings, fold forward. Put your forehead and your hands are gently on the floor with your arms out like wings. And just relax your shoulders, hands on the floor. Lorena, bring your hand, and relax. Arms out like wings, Amanda. And then bring your arms forward, place your hands on the floor. Oh no, sit up first, sorry. Inhale, interlock the fingers and come up. And exhale, go over to the left-hand side and bring the right foot up and outside the knee. Bring your hands to the floor first. Go over to the left-hand side. So roll over to the left and pick the right foot up and bring it outside your left knee. For Ardha Matsyendrasana spinal twist. I should have just said Ardha Matsyendrasana spinal twist. And then square your sit bones, don't sit on your heel. You can have the bottom leg straight here if it's easier for you. You prefer, or you can sit on a block. Inhale, float the arms over your head. And exhale, twist to the right. And take your variation. And it's going to be 3 breaths. You got it, Paul. Okay? The inhales are short, the exhales are long. There's a pause at the end of the exhale, and in the pause, that's where twist happens and where space happens, in the mind and in the body. That goes down, chest comes up, yeah?
Yeah.
You, Charlotte, this is too high. Got to get that down. If you point that, roll that down, it'll help you draw this hip over. And then inhale, come to center, sweep the arms over the head. And exhale, come back to Vajrasana kneeling. Go over to the right hand side. Change sides. When you're ready, inhale, float the arms, exhale, twist. And then it's 3 breaths, but those breaths are really, really long on the exhale. And those breaths should be at least the length of like 5 normal breaths, those 3 breaths. Keep the head up in line with, oh yeah, that's, I was thinking, that doesn't look right. Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Good. Try to keep the head in line with the spine. Keep the eyes closed. Gently look at the nose tip. Don't let the head drop forward, like you're just dropping the head. Keep the head up. You want to imagine the spine is one straight column going right into the base of your skull. So you're kind of like, if anything, the chin is very slightly down, but only to pull on the skin on the back of the neck. The spinal twist should operate from the sacrum all the way to the base of the skull. It shouldn't stop at the base of the neck. It should stop at the top of the neck. You got the wrong leg on top. It's interesting, but incorrect. Whatever that means. And then when you're ready, inhale, come back to center, bring the arms over the head. And exhale, back to Vajrasana, kneeling. Put the hands on the floor and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Exhale, knees down, chest down, chin down, hips high, bandhas on. Inhale forward to a low cobra. Exhale, seat to heels, lengthen the back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, knees down, chest down, chin down, elbows close to the body, hold. Take a normal inhale. Hands a bit wide there, Paul. Exhale completely. Hold the breath out. Mula Uddiyana Bandha, strong. Release bandhas. Inhale, cobra. Come into a higher cobra. Exhale, turn the toes under, seat to heels, downward facing dog. Inhale, hop, inhale, and then a long exhale. Hold the breath out, hop or step forward. Utkatasana, squat down. Separate the knees, stretch the arms forward like you did last time. Sink low, resist through the arms, sit down. Just keep doing that until it gets easier, and it helps with also the flexion in the ankles. Bring your knees wider, Paul. It'll make it easier. I know it's not easy for some people. It's not an easy thing, but if you keep doing it, it gets a lot easier. It wasn't an easy thing for me to do, but gradually, what it does is as you sort of really extend forward and you squat lower and lower and lower, it also helps with ankle flexion, because if it's the ankle flexion that's stopping you getting down, there'll be a point in some people, depending on the way your joints are made, where you won't go any further. And that's fine, but it just can improve ankle flexion if it's available. Sorry? It pulls there. Yeah, you could bring your knees wider, and you could also try doing it with your feet more apart, and then it would release some of the pressure in the lumbar. Maha Mudra. No, Paschimottanasana. Short time. So Dandasana to begin. Lift your chest up. Why do you do Dandasana before you do Paschimottanasana? Just bring your hands back enough so that as you press your hands down, even if you use your fingertips, press down, and they want to be slightly behind your hips. So as you press down, you feel your chest roll up. No, don't lean right back into the hands, Lorena, not that far. So when you press, you want to have your spine vertical, but when you press your hands down into the floor, The shoulder blades go back and the chest rolls up. And that's the starting position for Paschimottanasana. When you get down there, we do the opposite. We round the back, but this is a starting position because the first movement is to inhale and bring the arms up over the head. And when you bring the arms up over the head and lift, your chest should come up. And what Ramaswamy often has you do is, we'll do it. He'll say, you stay here and you breathe before you go down. And on the inhale, you try to lift more, lift the chest more, lift out of the hips more, lift the waist more, lift the lower back more. And as you exhale, you keep it by drawing the lower abdomen, the Uddiyana and the Mullabandha in more, keeping the gaze in the heart, chin down. Do that one more time. Surprisingly strenuous. Sometimes it gets you to do it for 6 breaths and it's quite strong. And then on the next exhale, keep everything as it is and fold forward. Just hinge at your hips. And then when you get there, take hold of whatever you can reach. And now you can let the back gently round so it stretches out the vertebrae of the spine. The head can go down so that stretch goes all the way to the base of the skull. And the gaze goes to the navel and the exhales get long. And the Ujjayi stays on. It's about the breath. It's another posture that activates prana in Sushumna. And that's why you should be holding your feet in a symmetrical way. And the classic hold, one of the classic holds, is to hold the big toes with the thumbs on the top of the big toes, pressing gently down, because that pressure point on the top of the big toes connects through the legs to the perineum, which connects the energy to the Sushumna Nadi. Also, by looking into the navel center and drawing it back a little bit more strongly as you lift the perineum, at the end of each long exhale, especially if there's a pause at the end of the exhale or retention at the end of the exhale, that is what is activating the prana to move in the central channel. And all this is massively more important than how far you fold forward. And then when you're done, the next long exhale, interlock your fingers and reach forward past your feet if you can. As much, interlock your fingers, push the palms away as much as you can. Reach forward, inhale, and then come up. Bring the hands overhead and stretch. Ground the whole body into the floor and stretch away from the sit bones. Keep that length and just slowly bring your hands down. Back to Dandasana. Chin down, look hard. And then slowly come down your back and relax in Shavasana. Roll your head from side to side and then come back to the center. Tuck your chin down. So we're going in, bring your feet wider than your hips, arms away from your body and palms up. We're going to work through the 16 Mama points in the body as relaxation technique. Let go of Ujjayi breathing, bring your awareness into your feet. Big toes, center of ankles, tops of thighs, perineum, center of pelvis, navel, heart, center of chest, back of the throat, throat pit, soft palate, upper palate, third eye, center of skull, nose tip, space between space between the eyebrows, Brahmaja, center of forehead, and crown of head, Sahasrara. Big toes, center of ankles, center of knees, tops of thighs, perineum, center of pelvis, navel, heart, back of throat, throat pit, soft palate, upper palate, third eye, nose tip, space between eyebrows, center of forehead, crown of head. From the crown of the head to the heart, there's a nadi called Hita Nadi. From the crown of the head, drop the prana straight down to Hridaya, center of chest, just in front of your spine. It's a seat of prana in the body. Watch the breath begin there. Watch the breath return and completely relax. Deepen your breath. Your feet together, arms by your sides. And then stretch out your whole body. When you're ready, come into a seated position for pranayama and meditation. Okay, so we're going to begin with a few rounds of Shitali Pranayama, cooling breath. Very useful this time of year for physically cooling the body, but it's also an important pranayama for cooling or calming the mind. So for Shitali, you need to be able to roll your tongue into a little straw, protrude the tongue and roll it into a little straw. And then you suck the air in through that protruded tongue. If you can't roll your tongue in that way, genetically some people aren't predisposed to that option, then you do sitkari, which means pushing the tongue up and behind the top teeth and pressing the tongue more to the roof of the mouth. And then if you suck the air in strongly over that, air conditioning works just as well. When we inhale, we slowly bring the head back into this position. And then when we exhale, we bring the chin back down. We close one nostril and we exhale through the opposite nostril with no sound. I'll talk you through it. If you practice Jiva Bandha, where the tongue rolls up in the mouth, slides back towards the soft palate and up towards the third eye, you can do that on the exhale and when as the chin's coming down, and on the exhale breath. Right hand Vishnu Mudra, first two fingers to palm, left hand Chin Mudra, chest up, chin slightly down, exhale, and then protrude the tongue, Shitali inhale. Head back, close the mouth, bring the chin down, close the right nostril, exhale silently through the left. Jiva Bandha optional. Release the hand to the knee, Shitali. Close the mouth, chin down, tongue slides back and up to the soft palate. Close the left nostril, exhale right, no sound. Release hand, inhale Shitali. Chin down, exhale left. Do a few more in your own time. And then after the next exhale, bring both hands into a comfortable position for meditation. Close your eyes and exhale down to the perineum. And then with a smooth, quiet inhale, draw the breath up through the spine. Turn it to the center of the head. Little pause. Watch the breath turn, exhale down. Trace the breath through the spinal channel. Tuck it center of pelvic floor, little pause. Inhale up. Watch it turn, exhale down. Do that a few times until you feel the natural movement of subtle breath. And as you get more comfortable, the breath becomes thinner, quieter, until it feels more like energy, like prana moving. And you can use the mantra Soham with that movement. When the prana moves up, it's So. And when the prana moves down, it's Hum. Comes up, it's So. Goes down, it's Hum. Which is the pranava, the Om mantra, in the sound of your natural breath. Next time the breath comes up, just rest it in the heart or in the third eye. When the prana settles, becomes still, then the mantra changes to Om, or your personal mantra. And you rest all your awareness in that space with the mantra. And as the prana concentrates, you can either visualize the mantra Om or your deity form, or a soft white light like a full moon. Let go of the mantra. And just be aware for a few moments in quietness and stillness in your mind. Now the energy is centered in the Sushumna Nadi, And all the main chakras, of course, they reside in the Sushumna Nadi. What you'll find is that when the breathing virtually disappears, that's when the prana is stable, centralized, and that's when the mind drops. Just takes practice. And then begin to deepen your breath. If you're in the third eye, drop the prana into the heart before you deepen the breath. And then when you're ready, bring the hands into Anjali Mudra. And inhale deeply for Om. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Om Bolu Sakarus Bhagavan Ki Jai. Remind yourself the intention you made for your practice. Namaste.